So if we, perhaps, they had to get exposed to like a crazy torture device. What would let's find one. I think they're in here, right? If I could friggin' pull up the right
episode 1 links in the. Yeah. All right. So we can just go through. There's a few. So no.
Oh,
it's just the pictures.
Just this. Gotcha.
Right,
yeah,
and then I have descriptors.
Beautiful.
So
all
this
right.
first one here.
We're good. We see this one. Yeah, beautiful. Center it, but.
Yeah. So for this week, compiled a list of some, interesting medieval torture devices.
This one looks kind of fun. Torture.
Yeah.
Did we start off? Light?
Well, listen here. This one is the wooden horse. So it was a wooden triangular device that would be sharpened at the top.
Was that an isosceles or? It's a right angle.
Yeah.
We use that for all torture devices.
Yeah, there's just some things they were not willing to compromise on.
Yeah.
It's the only way to get the best cut.
Yeah.
So the victim would be then forced to straddle the triangular sharpened horse.
Again, forced. I don't know. I'd call it forced. I guess I was like a little willing.
Okay, so they would then be weighed down, so with additional weights added to their feet to keep them from falling off. Is it
sharpened? Was this thing sharpened?
Yes.
Kind of? Oh, it's like real sharp.
Yes, it is very sharp. So they would weight down their feet so that all of their weight was on their crotch, and it would literally sometimes end up slicing people in half.
Oh, okay.
Starting from the bottom.
Damn. So like not like a magic trick kind. So anyone who's just listening, it's basically exactly like Jackie said. You got like
it's like a bench
legs,
thing.
Yeah, bench, but instead of a bench,
top.
imagine you had to sit on like a point. Like when you walk by like a sharp fence and you're like, maybe I won't climb that. And it's like, this is just sharpened to a point, and then you're going to straddle it. And then imagine, if you got kids out there, just imagine like your nephew hanging off your leg. Once you're straddled on there, just weighing you down.
Yeah.
And,
to the point where it's potentially, it's causing irreversible damage. Anyways.
Yeah, I love how this guy's like dressed though. He's like, I mean, you'd think they would do shit like this in the nude almost just for like
I think
extra.
they usually did.
Yeah.
I feel like this may just be a depiction of, maybe it's like a.
Yeah, you mean this wasn't a real, this wasn't from last, this isn't
This is from last night.
Yeah, we had a caricaturist come in and sketch it for us.
Yeah.
He's like informal wear. That's why it looks sexy. Like
that's why it looks sexy.
Sexy device. Like he's
it's
true,
just
waiting. He's
does.
handcuffed back here. He's waiting for someone.
I think we're learning a lot about you right now, realistically.
All right. Yeah. No, definitely. No.
That's some childhood trauma you want to talk about? Next. Crocodile
we'll
shears.
Save my own issues for another time. Okay,
this one honestly might do it for you as well, though.
I don't know. I will. I'm counting a lot of teeth in this thing.
Yeah.
That's all right. What's this one?
So this one would usually apparently be reserved for people that would try to assassinate the king. So it was like a metal tube-like device with sharp spikes inside. So the shears would be heated to an excruciatingly hot temperature, and then the shears were applied to the victim's erect penis. Which I'm also realizing now, how could they make it erect when you know that that's happening? It's like, how did they...
That's so funny. Maybe they did like the bait and switch like they do with the horses. God. They bring in the steed. So like they literally have someone in there just fucking jacking them. Then,
all right, now.
Then they bring in the clamps.
Okay, like it's worse.
Oh my god.
So the shears were applied to the penis, which was then torn from the body, usually resulting in death.
Usually. Yeah, I hope so. Definitely kill me after that.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
The shears.
I
No, wait,
know.
don't
Like,
wanna
what
jump
a
ahead too much.
terrible time to be alive.
Did it sincerely looks like, so this is basically like a metal alligator mouth, and then like the alligator throat, so you kind of like deep throat this metal alligator,
Yeah.
and
When
then
it's
once you
piping
get rolled, and it's piping hot too, right?
Yeah.
Wow, so you can't even, by the time you're even touching it,
No.
you're just searing
I
off
think
your...
it goes on and then they just rip it off like a band-aid.
Wow, isn't this how
Wow.
they like still circumcise people?
It is actually,
think
yeah.
I heard, I was talking to a baby the
You
other
heard?
day. Yeah, I was talking to a baby the other day. He said they just this is how they did it. He
Yeah.
said, they just used this on me. Apparently not as bad if you're a kid, but I mean, they'll take your dick skin right
Yeah,
off.
no, they heal really fast as kids.
You know what's actually, I have to, okay, so
Oh,
when
no.
you were saying that's so funny because so there's actually, you would never think I could tie neuroscience into this, but I'll bring it in everywhere.
Okay.
There was a neuroscience study. It's using PET scanning. So there's a type of brain scanning called positron emission tomography, where you have to get injected with a radioactive isotope. That means it emits radiation.
Okay.
So they inject you with the isotope. It's all safe, but the idea is that
It's like if you want a taste of
if
Chernobyl.
you, yeah, just a lick, you know, just one bump. So you get injected with this isotope, but then they put you into the brain scanner, and
Okay.
the thing is, so then the scanner, this is like where the science comes in. The scanner is able to like see what the isotope attaches to, so you make different isotopes for different cells in the brain that you want to try to mark, essentially. So this is where it comes into the crocodile dick grabber.
Okay.
Is that in this one study, it was a sex study,
Okay.
and it was about like sex in the brain, and so they literally you had to get in, like the way this scanning works, I can tell you, they inject you with an isotope, and then you have to get put in the scanner right away because that isotope has a half-life of like half an hour, so it goes away. So you've got
Okay.
about half an hour to get injected and get into the scanner and everything. So basically, there was this scenario with the sex one where they're like getting the guy hard, and they had to like get him into like a coming scenario while
Okay.
he's been injected with this isotope, and then he's in a brain scanner. And
So wait, all of this
just
was at the
imagine
same
trying to
time?
like get your dick hard and get something going on down there while you're getting a needle,
Jesus
and
Christ.
then you
Well,
get put
honestly.
into a scanner after that, and then they're gonna try to scan and see like what's going on in your brain when like you're having that real pleasure. But and then
Interesting.
even if you do, like, how pleasurable is that to have like a laboratory orgasm?
Oh, God.
You know?
Are like people around? Probably, eh?
I mean, they're like just outside your door. You know.
So are
probably.
you,
There must
once
be
you're
at
in the
least
scanner,
one.
are you then jerking yourself off? Or
I think from what I remember, because this is like a couple years, like I haven't thought about this in a
from what
while.
you remember from your
yeah,
experience?
until I saw this crocodile, I haven't thought about this in a while. But from what I remember was that they had the significant other in this scenario do the deed.
Oh, how lovely.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, then you just think like, what if there was one guy who's in there and he's just like, I can only get it done if you put a finger.
Yeah, well, yeah, right?
He's like, and then they're just sitting in there in the laboratory.
Put the needle in again.
Yep. I want another injection.
Oh, God.
Yeah, more of that.
Oh,
So,
my God.
science, man, that sounds like torture to me. So
Science, man.
what's this one?
All right.
Not for you.
No?
This
So
one looks even less pleasant.
Yeah. This here is the pear of anguish. So,
Pair of anguish.
yeah. So it was a device, as we can see, shaped kind of like a pear, and it had 4 metal, like leaves that slowly would separate
Little
from,
prongs
Right.
looking things, yeah.
yeah, that would like separate from each other when you would
Mhm.
screw it. So, this device would be inserted into one of the victim's orifices, either the mouth, vagina, or anus, and then slowly
Which one
opened.
are you picking first? You gotta pick one.
Oh, God. Well, I feel like
I'm going mouth because, like, I mean, I
no,
only
because
have-
that'll break your jaw. Like,
Mm,
gross.
I guess I could wire that shit back.
Oh,
shut,
yeah.
but
And
what
I'm
am I
like,
gonna do with
obviously,
it?
all I'm thinking is vagina, but like,
Yeah, you don't.
but even that, like, depending on how far that goes, like,
Yeah, I can't it's hard to tell how large this is. Like, we needed to scale. Like, is this?
Oh my god!
Yeah. Really? Is this? It's like a meter stick.
Oh my.
Or is this? Or is this like a little tripod?
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, I have the worst one for last. So I don't have a picture for this one.
No, okay, so you're just gonna describe it?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's scaphism or scaphism.
Okay.
So
sounds dangerous.
Yeah, this method of torture would involve the victim being naked and placed inside 2 boats, kind of like in a little cocoon, but their arms and their legs would be like outside of the boats, and so the victim would be force-fed honey and milk until they had diarrhea and filled the boats with their own filth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So then the torturers would rub honey all over the exposed parts of the victim to ensure that insects would fly over and take interest in their body. And they would just be left there to be eaten alive by insects and
oh my god! To think all
animals.
the times I've bought honey, I've never done that. I've never done that. Oh my god!
What?
Jesus.
Like you didn't have initiation?
Yeah, I never lathered myself in honey or other people to get eaten and dead. So it was honey and milk, right?
Right.
Then they fed it to them and then just
like force fed, and then apparently they also would
force feeding anything would just suck too.
Yeah.
Honey, that's
honey
so
and milk?
sticky, and then milk.
So thick.
Who would so thick? Who would ever want? What would that do to your stomach?
Oh, bad things apparently.
My god.
But yeah, apparently they would actually they would do their best to keep the person alive for as long as possible by continuing to force feed them.
Oh, so they they really wanted, that was a serious torture then. They want you to live it out.
Yeah.
Feel the pain.
Yeah, of just being slowly eaten alive.
And by insects and all that too. Yeah, that's a good one. Nasty though. I don't know how, I mean, and there's not much you can do. You'd be so helpless.
Oh my god.
In this boat with your arms and legs out there. That one alone messes with me because I don't like that claustrophobia feel, not being able to move my shit. Yeah, that's
I know, like they're so.
Not to mention that the only thing I'd be eating is honey and milk. I mean, for like I mean,
like it'd be a hot day.
Yeah, my main concern is like the diabetes. It's like, wait, we didn't even think about the diabetes.
Yeah.
I'm Scott Malkinson. I got diabetes.
If the bugs don't get you, the beatus will.
Yeah, and he's lactose probably too. So he's got the lactose beatus.
It just makes it so much worse.
And you know when your lactose is coming out the back end, and you have like a serious attack with the beatus, it's coming out the top end too. So
how does diabetes come out?
Well, if you have like a diabetes attack, like a sugar attack, you start vomiting everywhere.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, diabetes.
You're gonna vom out. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like your sugar. Man,
I feel like it's not called an attack.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
You know when the diabetes attacks you.
Yeah.
You know when it's.
I have a diabetic reaction.
That's it.
No, that's not it. It's like when their blood sugar is low.
Yeah, that's the one. That's like an attack, right?
I don't think it is.
That's what you call an attack?
Attack on your pancreas. Maybe.
Like a heart attack? Attack on your pancreas.